There is a secret hidden for thousands of years. As the master of food and beverage of this place, he will reveal it to you. The world needs to know. His name is Paul Schenk.
Hi, I'm Paul Schenk, and I'm here to introduce you to the world's best kept culinary secret. It's Korean food, also known as hanshik. Now we're going to make a dish. It's a big mouthful. Dotorimuk Jaengban. Dotorimuk is acorn jelly. Dotorimuk. Jaengban means tray or plate, and it's probably the healthiest dish I've ever made, and no doubt the healthiest dish I've ever eaten. Let's go give it a crack. Come with me. So here we are, back in our little humble kitchen. Mr. Kim and I is going to help me with this dish today. Got to get the ingredients out of the fridge so we can get started with this dish. Let's go and get the veggies out. So this dish is a vegetarian's dream. Don't be scared off by that. It is a simple dish. Let me get at the vegetables first. We've got a lot to get here. Super healthy. All right. Okay, so I've got everything out of the fridge. We're going to start off with julienne slicing a lot of the ingredients. Okay, so we'll start with the cucumber. I just want to take off the top and the bottom of the cucumber, and then I'm going to peel down. You can see the ridges on the cucumber. I just want to take them off quickly. Oh, a little bit too much then. That happens. You can use a peeler also to do this. Julienne. So what we need to do is just slice the cucumber on the angle, thinly, like so. And then we're going to run a knife through it to get the matchstick size, just like this. I'll pull one out. See, that's like matchstick dangling there. All right, radish sprouts. The sprouts, we've just got to give off a bit of a wash. So I'm going to cut the bottom of them off. They're already perfect Mother Nature matchstick size. So by doing that, I'll cut that in one go. You can see I've already got them trimmed to the right size. We'll give them a wash, and we're in action. Okay, next up is the carrot. Take the top and the bottom off the carrot. We peel the carrot to get it the matchstick size. We want to cut it through and then very thinly slice it down. Julienne. Julienne means matchstick size. Next step, we've got the onion. Cut the onion in half. We take out the core of the onion. I'll take off the end a bit just to trim it as well. I'm simply going to slice it finely. Cabbage. Cabbage is a little bit trickier. So what I'm going to do, I need to get the cabbage, once again, matchstick length apart. So I'm going to cut it here. First, to make this a little bit easier, I'll take this part first. Take off the end so I get a nice clean shape. And once again, slicing down finely. You can see from that, it's giving us perfect matchstick size shape of cabbage. Duncan, come in. I'll show you how to julienne a tomato. We cut the tomato into quarters, or you can do it even into eighths. You take out the flesh by simply pressing down on the board, and all you're left with is the skin, and then we slice it through. Slice that through, and once again, we've got a nice or a good shape of what we're after. I've got the Korean pear next, or the pea. We'll take off the top and the bottom. And the bottom. Oh, look at the juice coming out of that. This is just a gorgeous fruit. I love it. There's many ways you can peel. I'll use the peeler for television, because I'm sure everybody at home has one of these and is more used to using something like this. Just simply peel around it. And coming down to the end. Okay, there's the pear. Cut it in half. It has seeds in it, just like an apple or just like a pear. We're going to cut the seeds out. I want to leave it full length. So what I will do is just take off the end. And of course, nothing goes to waste in my kitchen, especially when it's pear. Crispy, juicy, full flavour. And it should be worldwide. So you slice it down, and then we slice it lengthwise to give us that pattern. And you can see once again, we've got our matchsticks. Next up, radish. Slice it down, be very careful with this one. We want to get it thin. Use the knife sawing motion and get it thin. See how thin that's getting? It's what we want. Slice it down. We'll continue to do that. Paper thin. You can see that again. Then what I'll do is we'll stack it up like a stack of cards. Now I'm going to make the marinade, and Mr. Kim is going to help me and slice the rest of that while I make the marinade. Mr. Kim, can you just slice that for me? I'm going to make the marinade now. Okay, for the marinade, or for the sauce, what do we need? We need vinegar, sugar, and salt. Even amounts. That easy. I've got sugar here. I'll measure that out by sight. So that's sugar. I've got salt here. Ground salt. That's good. And white vinegar. You can use any kind of vinegar, cider vinegar, any white vinegar is good. Vinegar goes in. As I mentioned earlier, even amounts, possibly a little bit more vinegar. It's okay. That's done. Mr. Kim, you got the radish? Perfect. Okay, so the radish is ready. We put it into a bowl, and of course we're going to submerge it, fully submerge it in the liquid. We'll put that in and over. So that radish will pickle, marinate overnight, but it should be done the night before. But the magic of television, I've got some that I prepared a little bit earlier. Radish is done. Next step, we're going to prepare our lettuce. The lettuce that I've prepared for the day, I've got a few different varieties. Now, I'm going to slice the lettuce, take off the end. We're going to just slice it like so. Not too fine. Slice lettuce. I've also got some chicory lettuce here. So it's a lettuce that's a little bit different. Again, because this is quite big, I'm just going to cut it down the middle. So I'll pass that over to Mr. Kim, who's going to get that ready for me. He's gone. He'll be back in a second, I hope. I hope. Okay. He actually prepared earlier for us some eggs. We've got what's an interesting looking thing here. It's a disc of egg yolk that's cooked, and we've got a disc of egg white that is also cooked. Now, we just need to slice these into widths, and then again in matchstick. So I'll just give that to Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, he's back. He's back, thank goodness. I was starting to panic there for a second. What's that over there? Hey. Oh. It always works. I love that pear. Gorgeous. Dotorimuk is the key ingredient of this dish. As I mentioned earlier, it's an acorn jelly. And the acorn jelly comes in packaging like this. Pre-prepared, ready to go. Little tip, there's a lot of pressure in here, and when you try and open it from the top, it won't pop out easily. So to make it pop out easily, you've got to break the pressure from the bottom. Take out a little bit of the corner. Take out the corner like so. Make sure you find the plastic piece and put it in your garbage bin. You don't want that flying around in your salad. All right, I'm going to open the top up. There is quite a bit of liquid inside as well, as you can imagine from a jelly. And that should just pop straight out. Voila! I want to take off this pattern so it doesn't look so processed. That means taking off all the edges. So you can see that piece now has no pattern left on it. I'm going to run the knife through halfway. Halfway. We'll cut it in half. Stand it up. And then we'll cut it down. Just cut it straight down. Then we've got our sheet ready to slice. It's a lot safer. Okay, I'm going to slice this into batons. There we go. That's about the size that I want. That's the baton of acorn jelly. So we're on to the sauce. This is the final thing. It's ginger. I've got my ginger. All I'm after is a little of the ginger. So we've obviously got to peel it down. I'll take 1 or 2 slices only, very thin slices. Finally slice it and then chop it. I love fresh ginger, and it's a great flavor additive in many dishes. Gochujang, why not? You can get this at your good Korean grocer anywhere in the world. So I'm going to put in a couple of spoons of gochujang. That's the name. I've got some dried chili powder. I'm going to put in a touch of dried chili powder. I've got some crushed garlic. 1 spoon of crushed garlic. I'm going to put in a couple of good tablespoons of the corn syrup. I have some lemon juice here, some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Put in 1 spoon for now. I'll taste it afterwards. Sugar is definitely a key element to this one. I'm going to put in a couple of spoons, and I've got sesame seeds as well. I love sesame seeds. I'll give this a good mix. You can see how thick and glutinous the gochujang is, thanks to that rice flour in there. And now it's thinning down. This dish is served on crushed ice. What an interesting concept. Thanks, Mr. Kim. So you can see that. Big bowl, crushed ice. Great for the summertime. Okay, the radish is ready. The radish goes directly on top in the middle. So I'm going to put this according to color. I've got carrots, cabbage, chicory lettuce, pear, I'll do next, or the Korean pear, Dotorimuk, acorn jelly, egg yolk, sprouts go on, tomato, some red, crown daisy leaves, and I've got the egg white, a little bit more of lettuce, the onion, look at that, coming together nicely. This is the kind of dish you could serve at a cocktail party, pre-dinner drinks, with your friends. If you've prepared a nice dinner, have that as a pre-cocktail. When you put the dotorimuk, we've got to put a little bit of salted seaweed on there, salted kim on the muk. That's a tradition, sort of goes hand in hand together. So there we have it. I think we've just uncovered another world's best kept culinary secret. Dotorimuk, that's the acorn jelly. Jaengban, Jaengban means plate or platter. Dotorimuk Jaengban. I hope you enjoy making it. What can I say? Wonderful dish. Give it a crack. It's easy.